I'm especially grateful for a group of amazing people whose support is the reason why I'm here today, and that's Team Jessica. Could you please stand? I work on this project. I have a full-time job as well as all of Team Jessica. I work on this project every minute that I am not at work, and even when I'm at work, I talk about it all of the time. I wake up at night with ideas. I was up until 12:30 last night, and again up at 6 o'clock this morning. I never start thinking about this. This is a really, really important project, and having an audience like this today is so important, because I can talk about what we're doing and you can understand the importance of this. And I'd also like to say that I am so honored to be in the same category as Shriners Hospital. It's an amazing organization, and Jessica had a progressive disease. She was born perfectly fine and healthy, and I had no clue what was in store for our life. And at age 1, she started to show some regression and some concern, and the doctor said, "She's perfect, Vicky. You hold her too much. She's spoiled. That's the reason that she's not crawling." And I thought, oh, I think it's more than that. We had an evaluation, and we went to Shriners Hospital, and they helped us. And over the years of Jessica's life, so many times when we had appointments, I dragged that poor little girl all over the country because she wasn't actually diagnosed until she was 3. She just kept getting sicker and sicker and losing skills, and that's part of the progression of Rett syndrome. And you would go for an appointment, and they'd say you need an x-ray or maybe some braces or such, and you'd have to go see a specialist, which we all know how long that takes. And then they would send you to another doctor for something else. And at Shriners, you could just walk right in, and they would do the evaluation. It's like, oh, it looks like Jessica needs some new AFOs. And they'd send me right across the hall, not to a different place, right across the hall, and they would do it that very day. She needed an x-ray, it would be done that very day. She also had surgery there, a very serious surgery, and they took very good care of Jessica. So I'd just like to thank them for the work that they do. I'd also like to thank my husband, Glenn. Our house, my dining room table has been taken over for the last 4 years. I work on this project all of the time, and he's been so patient and just let me do my thing. This was a really healing project. Since I advocated for my daughter all of her life, I never saw her physical challenges, or I loved the way that she was. People sometimes think of a child when they see such involved issues that it's a burden or it's a strain. I can assure you it was not. I loved it. I loved trying to figure out what she needed and what we had to do and how we could do that. When we moved to Belchertown, our post office was not accessible, my bank was not accessible, the church was not accessible. I would wheel her in, pick her up, put her in the pew, kind of prop her up, run to the back with the wheelchair, and then run back forward and sit next to her before she would fall over, and the same when we would leave. And over the years that we lived there, I've never had to fight or to get angry or to write letters or anything like that. You can just talk to people. And by living your life, right, you can teach your children, but they learn by example. And so we just kept bumping her up the stairs of different buildings we'd go to. I mean, the child went to dances, proms. I just followed behind with the van, with the wheelchair. She rode with her friends, and when she was told that she could not go on field trips and such because of the school bus, there's no seatbelts. Well, there's no seatbelts for any child. There isn't. So her friends would just hold her up, and I'd follow again behind in the wheelchair. So accessibility and awareness and all that was a huge, huge part of my life. And when Jessica died, I also have a wonderful son too, and I don't want to exclude him. But when Jessica died, they say the worst thing that can happen to you is to lose a child, and I can assure you that is true. The pain is significant. It's 24/7. It's really hard to even breathe. So this project was presented to me by two gentlemen in our town, and a few months after Jessica passed away, and they wanted to name it after her. And at that time, I was in the throes of grief, and it was just, too much for me to help out. But as the months went by, I wanted to get involved, and so we did. And these are my friends, and they joined forces with us, and we meet at my house sometimes as often as once a week, at least twice a month. We have a town committee, and we just keep raising money. And we've raised up to date $425,000, including grants. I got off track. I just wanted to say what we've done. We're a group of 20, most of us who have been close since our kids were little. We each bring a special skill and expertise and talents to this project. The past 4 years, we've worked together to organize 28 events, raising $425,000 to build Jessica's Playground. With that, we've accomplished more than raising money. We've built excitement in the community. We've raised disability awareness. We've collaborated with the town and the school committee. Another powerful outcome of this is the engagement of the community. More than 200 volunteers came out to build the playground in 2 days. 2 days we put this huge structure up. 10 different contractors who normally compete for jobs collaborated to prepare the grounds for the project and continued to work together until the project was complete. Jessica's Playground is the largest and only 100 accessible playground in New England. The playground is a $750,000 project. $250,000 is in-kind services and donation. That's a third of the project that has been donated. And again, we've raised $425,000. The playground is completed as of 2 weeks ago, but we're not finished yet. We still need $85,000 more to get to the finish line. What is a balanced playground? A balanced playground is a barrier-free play area that can be enjoyed by all children and adults. It's entirely ramped, a poured rubber surface throughout the entire playground. It has a 1/10 of a mile walking track around it. It has 6 exercise stations. We don't only want to think about our veterans, but our children, but we want to think about our veterans. There's a lot of young men and women coming back from the war with ambulatory problems, and how do they get out on a play structure that's filled with wood chips and railroad ties and such to play with their children? How do they push them on a swing? How do they play with them and put them down a slide? They can come to Jessica's Balanced Playground. They can play, they can utilize every single piece of that equipment. Our senior citizens, the walking track is perfectly smooth and flat, and from the parking lot to every piece, our senior citizens can come and walk around the track and get exercise and be around children. It's really quite an amazing project. We have 8 exercise stations for people can go there and for rehab and use it, or moms and dads can just go there and exercise while their children are playing. A lot of thought went into this playground. The colors, we have so much autism in our country, the whole spectrum of autism. Our colors are even picked so that they're not overstimulating, and the textures of everything. There was thought into every little piece of equipment that went into this project. The inspiration behind this project is my daughter Jessica. I never saw again her disability and all of that, and when she died, this gave me a chance to take my grief and my passion and put it to good use. A lot of moms, after they lose a children, cannot even get out of bed and cannot even function. I hear that. Lots of people ask me, how do you still function? How do you still work? Well, I took this passion and I put it to good use, and I took the grief and did the same. My Team Jessica members, I could not do this. I have the passion, I have the drive to do this, but Team Jessica, they all, I could not do this without them. I could walk away today. That's the good news about this project. I could walk away today and this project would still get finished and it would still go on. They would make sure that I've had 2 bouts of cancer and another surgery in the last 4 years, chemo, radiation, everything. This project still went on. Team Jessica kept it going, and our town has taken the responsibility when the project is completely full. The town is taking responsibility. A lot of times people don't want to donate to something because what's going to happen to the maintenance? Are people going to walk away? This playground has so many people involved, and so many people have come forward and are passionate about it. I could walk away and this will still go on. And I thank everyone for that. The opening last week, 2 weeks ago at the playground, we had so many children, 8 children in wheelchairs. Where have I ever seen 8 children in wheelchairs besides Shredder's Hospital? I never have. They were there, they were playing amongst the other children and their friends and their families and their parents. And little Claire, who's in 3rd grade in Belchertown, who I had never met before, a mom came and said, "Vicky, you've got to see this. It's her first time ever on a swing." She was squealing with delight. Will, who uses an electric chair, was just zooming around the playground, and he has a hard time verbalizing. But he caught his breath, and Maria came over and said, Will wants to say something to me. Thank you. My heart is filled with joy. This work and everything that we do is completely worth it. I invite you all to take a ride by and look at this beautiful playground. It's on Route 202 at Chestnut Hill Community School in Belchertown. And again, I'd like to thank you for this most prestigious award. I would like to share something really beautiful that arrived in the mail today. A woman, when I did Mass Appeal to talk about the playground, she was there. She was a young lady visiting Boston for her birthday. She was brutally attacked 27 years ago. She was left as a quadriplegic, and she started writing poetry, and she sent this to me today. It's called Butterfly Wings. It began with hope in the heart of one mother, a legacy for her daughter to live on, the most beautiful blossom in the spirits of so many. No more wheelchairs, no more boundaries. This park, created with abundant love, an unimaginable event in this lifetime, now brings an infinity of smiles with the pleasure of adrenaline and excitement. The chance to swing, an opportunity to go down a slide, the freedom of letting go, and the thrill of motion newly found. Enthusiastic shrills are carried in the wind, parents overjoyed watching their children for the first time, soaring on butterfly wings before their eyes. This vision, a long-awaited reality. So beautiful. Again, thank you so much. I'd like to close by just thanking you all for this beautiful award. If I never win anything else in my life, I am more than happy with just this. And I'd like to invite you all to just watch this beautiful video of our playground. Thank you so much.